And that's the end of turn 2. We're now going to turn 3. Remember, we will be checking for reserves for the Americans at the end of their turn. I should have flipped those back over. That's fine. Okay. No artillery. Spotted check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, nothing. We go to our order phase. A 6, a 3, a 5. 2 2s. Okay. So we need 2 6s for the flamethrower. And this is when we could really use that. So, decisions. If I change this 3 to a 4, it then becomes a 6 and my flamethrower can fire. If I leave it as a 3, well, I need a 2. Okay, so here, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get one of our tanks is going to be able to fire. A 2 means we can fire or move 2 units. Okay. We're going to change this 3 to a 4. A 4 becomes a 6. That allows our flamethrower. So this will allow this unit, the veterans with First Lieutenant Blitz, will be able to fire. And this is, by the way, this is Blitz's first command. Prior First Lieutenant of this platoon actually got food poisoning last night before they woke up to do their landing, apparently from some bad mashed potatoes or something. It's a little sketchy. And Blitz was given a field promotion to First Lieutenant, and he's seeing his first leadership. So he's actually going to get to do some actions here. Okay, so the 2 will allow this unit with Blitz to fire, and the flamethrower to fire, and one of our tanks to fire. So not a bad command roll. Really would like to take out this pillbox here so we're not forced to come up in this direction. I've got units here and I can fire HE rounds on them with the tank as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the flamethrower. Now, there's no adjacent units, so that's not going to help us there. So let's start with the flamethrower. See what it does on this veteran unit. I guess technically I would have been coming here to go after the 10. I went after the tank. Still in range. Okay. Let me check the rules on the flamethrower. I'm wrong on the flamethrower. It has a range of 1, a movement of 3. I got those flipped. So flamethrower can move and fire. So the question is, do we want to move up the beach and fire? So I think what we're going to do is we're going to fire with these veterans with First Lieutenant Blitz. They're going to fire on these veterans here. There are 4+. They're in open territory. First thing we need to do is find out what our dice roll needs to be. Currently it's 4. That's a cover hex. Clear hex. No cover. So it's +4. They get a +1 because they're veteran, and +1 because the First Lieutenant Blitz gives them an additional bonus. So they're +2 on their dice roll. We need a 2. 2 + 2 is 4. 4+ hits. We check damage. And the way damage is checked is with chits. Destroyed. Bam. 10 morale. We're up to 20. They are eliminated. Okay. Flamethrower could move 3, but movement on the beach is also 3. So by moving one, basically we move one, we're in range to get shot. So there's no point in moving that flamethrower at this point in the game. Now we do a reserve check. On a roll of 1 on a d6, we get 1 infantry. Roll to 2, we do not get any reserves. Okay, that is the end of the Americans' third turn. Now we go to the Japanese turn. Activate the pillboxes. Activated, they have no effect. I mean, nothing to shoot at. We adjust statuses. Nobody's status changes. We go to the infantry. Let's start with this guy here. And just remember, this was the last unit that fired for the Banzai check. Oh, actually, no, it wasn't. This was the last unit that fired. That actually protects our tanks from Banzai attacks. Okay. Hit the dirt. Fire +1, dice roll modifier, move 1 hex, fire if within range. Hit the dirt, fire +1, move 1. It looks like I have 2 options here. Because I don't think I get to shoot twice. So I think the way I'm gonna play this, and I'm gonna check what that ammunition out means. You can only fire once. So this says hit the dirt, fire +1 dice roll modifier, move 1 hex, fire if in range. 1, 2, 3, they cannot fire, but they can move 1. And I was doing the same thing here. I was going after the tank as opposed to number 5, but that's okay. So move 1, and now they can fire here. Let's fire at the flamethrower. I don't believe there's any modifiers on the defensive side. So 4+ for that unit to hit. 4, boom, flamethrower hit. Okay. Let's check. Infantry damage, destroyed, +5. Okay. So flamethrower, gone, -5 on the morale, and Japanese move up on their reserve track by 5. I don't know if a tank would be considered panicked. No, there's no results on the assault. I could be playing that wrong, but I didn't read anything on the morale for tanks. I think it's just for the infantry units. Okay, so that ends this unit. Let's pull an action card for this unit here. No action, okay? Guess I can just do this faster, go with this one. Move up to 1 hex, okay? Not in range. Go with this one. Move up to 2 hexes, change to alert. 1, 2. And they are now alerted. Okay. That's the end of the infantry phase. Next comes a heavy machine gun. Again, at this point, especially once this is if this is destroyed, this is out of the game because I'm not going anywhere near that. Okay, Japanese tanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's slightly different condition. If a tank is 6 or 7 hexes from the closest American tank, it will move 1 hex. And if in range and line of fire, shoot. Such fire only hits if a single crosshair without explosion is pulled. Okay, well, they're gonna move 1, not in range, because their range is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're gonna move 1. Okay. Now the Banzai attack. Okay, First Lieutenant Blitz. Boom, that's 3 Banzai attacks in a row. This might not end well on his first command. Whew. Okay, so an assault is we roll 4 dice. We're looking for a result of 14 plus. Now, if this unit is taken out with the veterans, that also will remove First Lieutenant Blitz, and that's minus 15, which will move our morale back down to 0. $11, $12, $13, $14, $15, $16. Not good. Okay. Whew. First Lieutenant Blitz. First command. Did not fare so well and lost the veterans. Alrighty. Oh, that's hard to take. Now this becomes a regular infantry unit. I'm just going to grab one of them. And it has unit 9 that it's looking for, which 9's already been eliminated. That was the veteran. Okay. 3 rolls of 1 on the Banzais. Ay, very unfortunate. Okay. That ends the third turn for the Japanese. We go to turn 4 for the Americans. No Japanese artillery fire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, no spot check. Order phase. Let's see what we get here. Okay, both tanks can fire. We have A6, which is pointless. We have a 4, which is pointless. We have a 3. So we can turn this into a 3, which is useful. And that's 6 because we have no flamethrower anymore. So both our tanks are going to get to fire, not bad. And 2 infantry units can move and or fire. So we're going to move both of these. We're going to start with this. Move 1, and it's going to fire. So they're +3. We're going to pull a cover card. Light cover +1. They need a 4+ to hit. They are veterans, so they get a +1 that negates. So 3+ hits. 3, boom, they're hit. We're going to pull a damage. Damage, 10 morale. Okay, go. We're going to go ahead and move this other veteran unit up with him. They don't get to fire. Okay, now, we still need to take out these bunkers. So, 5 or 6, this tank is going to fire first. 2, nope. This one is going to fire on this one. 5 or 6, nope. Okay, those 2 have fired. Let's keep that as our last unit that has fired. Yeah, I probably should have fired these last, just so that that's where because I've rolled 3 ones on the Banzai attacks. Aye. Poor First Lieutenant Blitz. Probably shouldn't have messed with the mashed potatoes. Just saying. Probably shouldn't have messed with the mashed potatoes. A little too eager to get your first command, dude. Reserve check. Oh, a result of a 6, they do arrive. Okay. And that is just an infantry unit. Bang. Okay. Now, let's go to Japanese turn 4. Activate the pillboxes. They still have nothing that they can do. Adjust the status. There's no status adjustments that need to be taken. Go to Japanese infantry. Let's go ahead and get our action cards. Let's start with the ones that are kind of up close and personal here. And let's start with this one. Fire if in range, move up to 2 hexes, assault if possible. That they can do. They're going to move up to here. They're going to assault. So, assault is 4 dice. Roll a 14, and they take out that tank, and that would be a good thing for the Japanese. And that's exactly what they do. Bang. Okay, that's huge. That is huge. And that's minus 10, back to 0. Okay. So now it's up to this guy. And we're just not getting the rolls on these here, and they're getting the Banzais. So the dice are not with the Marines on Tarawa today. We still need to take this out. Otherwise, this will come into play. Potentially. Okay. So they're excited. These should have been flipped back over, but we're going to now do this one. Their action card. Move up to 3 hexes. Fire. Change to calm. Assault unit if in range. Okay, so I'm going to play this a little bit different in the sense that that 5, they're going after this unit. Move up to 3. I guess technically I can move up to 3. There's your 3. I want them to assault this. They need to take out this tank. If this tank drops, I think it's game over for the Marines. So we went ahead and moved. It says change to calm, but that doesn't make sense. Assault unit if within range. We are within range. We will be assaulting. Let's go ahead and flip that over. Can they take out that tank? 11, 12, 13, 14. Look at that, guys. Boom. Second tank. Gone. It is the Japanese day today. Now, we're at 0. I don't know if there's a negative morale. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually... That would be devastating. So this morale marker, I think I'm going to play this. I'm going to put a little negative on here. And I'm going to move that 10 and call that a negative morale score. I know that's not the way the rules are. That's devastating. These dudes are now hating life. Go with number 12. No action. Go with this one. Move up to 2 hexes. I'm just going to go ahead and move them into this pillbox as well. They're not going to move out into the open yet. They don't get to do anything. Now there's no tanks. So what do the tanks do if there are no tanks on the map, which is the situation we now have for the Japanese? Basically the same kind of thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're going to move 2 towards them. 1, 2. The tanks are coming, guys. None of these units here fired, so there is no Banzai attack. Because the last one was the tank that got eliminated. That is now the end of turn 4. We're going to turn 5. Again, no Japanese artillery. Spot check doesn't do anything. Order phase. Now, if I get this up to 40, I'm unlikely at this point, but 6 is useless. 1s, 2 5s. That's useless. Okay, so we now have a situation where five can become a 4, but a 4 just becomes a 6. Okay, a 1 becomes a 2. Two 1s to assault or to get a medic or resupply. Don't need a medic, don't need to resupply, can't assault. So we change one of these to a 2. 1 unit gets to move or fire. This veteran can range of 3, 1, 2, 3, can fire on this unit here, which they will do. We pull our cover card. +1. That 3 becomes a 4. They are veterans firing. They get a +1 to their dice roll. So it's back to a 3+ to hit. Rolled a 5, got a hit. Check infantry damage. No effect. Oh, not the Marines' day. No effect. Oh my goodness. Ah. Last unit to fire. Okay, only unit to fire. That was a bad command roll. Okay. Check for reserves. Roll a 6. We need a 6. Nope. No reserves. Okay, game turn 5 for the Japanese. Activate the pillboxes. Still nothing in range. Adjust the statuses. There is no status changes. We go to the infantry. Let's start with this guy up here who's just having a great day. Move. Okay, hit the dirt, fire +1 damage. +1 dice roll modifier. Move 1 hex. Fire if in range. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So he doesn't need to move up and get into anybody's range. He does roll. If he does get a hit, he's going to be low on ammo. Okay? So he's firing at, let's fire at this veteran, even though 5, it's kind of who he wants to go for. Let me just check the rule on that real quick. The 5 seems to only come into play when they're choosing targets to shoot at. So if I read this, hit the dirt, fire +1 dice modifier. Move 1 hex, fire within range. So that doesn't seem like a smart move to get to this guy, which he could do. Move 1 and then fire. And that is kind of the sequence. But I think I'm going to play it where, because he has a shot at a veteran, right? And where this comes into question with this number is when it comes to choosing a target to fire at, because he can move 1 hex and fire, that kind of brings it into play. I'm going to play it by the rule. Although, if I was playing against myself, I would probably take this shot here, because you're getting the modifier, which negates the veteran. And moving forward, yeah, you know what? I'm good. Yeah, but Banzai attacks, it works either way. Okay, so I'm thinking too much. On a 1, he goes after 5, or on an odd number, 5, even numbers, and it's a 5. And even numbers, he goes at the veterans. 5 goes after him, so he's going to move 1. I'm going to fire on him, +4. Four plus, boom, hits. Man, this dude is just a beast. He is a beast. What is the effect? No effect. But I think that does panic this unit. Okay. Let's now check this unit. Same thing, hit the dirt, fire, move 1 hex, fire within range. Neither, they can move 1 hex. Okay. Check number 12. Move up to 1 hex. Not going to get the fire. Check this unit. No action. Okay. Alrighty. Again, not really needed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, not in range, moves 2, moves 2. There's our tanks. Now, let's check the Banzai attack here. Now I've rolled 3 1s in a row, 3 straight Banzai attacks. 4, no Banzai attack, okay. That is the end of turn 5, and we're starting turn 6. Alrighty, guys. At this point, I think I'm going to call this an episode. I think you get a good sense of the play for this game. I don't see the Americans coming back from this. I'll play it off camera and give you the results so you at least see how this came out. I'll video it in case there's something interesting to show, but we've gone through 5 full turns. You get to see how everything works. Again, I made a slight adjustment here on the morale, and I choose not to do that. I think I had a good plan of action that my 2 other playthroughs actually worked and could have worked had I had better dice rolls, and the Japanese just outrolled me today, which is part of the beauty of these games, right? You want that randomness. That's all good. But they're still in their starting hexes, except for these 2 units here. So that activation, that last turn was kind of brutal. If they had a chance to get off the beach, and now they got 2 pillboxes, 2 tanks, and the reinforcements are never veterans, which it'd be nice if maybe if you rolled a 6, you could roll another one and get another 6 to get a veteran. But once these 2 are gone, the only thing I'm going to get are going to be infantry units. And these tanks are going to cause havoc when they get down here. These guys aren't even close to getting onto the beach for the pillboxes to come into play. This one's got a range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're never going to see the light of day when it comes to the sand. They're still staying on the reefs. Anyway, that's it. Like I said, I appreciate you taking time to check out the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Goodbye for now.